welcome to Seasons of Skyrend, a custom 5th edition D&D adventure that focuses on the stories of our characters as they explore the world around them. I am your host and DM, Scott.
Hi, my name is Shannon. I play Arnis Grey, or Grey the Great, to my fans. I am a half-elf bard.
Hi, my name is Chris. I play Vale the Changeling Rogue, sometimes known as Kara Frostfall or Lord Carver Golddagger III.
Hi, my name is Nate. I play Darvin Grimm, the Human Monk.
Thank you for joining us. Please enjoy this chapter in Seasons of Skyrend. New cities smell like new opportunities, and Earl is no different. Considering everything our adventurers have been through, they deserve some time for their own pursuits. In a city as large as Earl, there are plenty of options. With so many choices, maybe they won't have time to get into trouble. You're approaching the walled city of Earl. Ahead, in the dark and the snow, its walls rise up from the snow like petals of a tulip. The stone walls mimic a flower in the midst of blooming, with a closed bud still inside. In the middle of one of these massive petals is a huge stone and wood gate. The details carved into it are fantastically intricate. It appears to be closed. What do you do?
Can I see any sort of, watchman, guard on duty, anything like that?
Nobody's outside the gate.
It's just the big old gate.
Yeah.
I would like to, because I can't remember, want to ask Samudio if he's ever been here before.
Yes, Samudio has been here before.
We've probably already talked about that at some point.
He probably would have brought this up during the 2 weeks. Yeah, I've been here before. I've done some trade. It's not my favorite place to do it. Elves, they've got strict rules.
You should play one of your elfie songs to charm them. To be like, oh, who's playing traditional elfie music outside our gate?
It is one of the things Sam did tell you even when you left Honey Hollow.
Right, yes, I do remember that now. In your experience, is there ever anyone at the gate? Watching the gate?
Maybe we should knock?
Do you want me to start playing first? Before you knock? Or after?
That might be weird. I don't know. Your call.
I guess, okay. Well, I just wonder, if they'll respond to the...
Knock on the door.
Yeah, there must be some old Elven Let Us In song.
I learned a song out of my Power Ballads book. I guess I can knock first. I don't really know procedure.
It's a giant door, and it's closed.
No, I mean like order of operation procedure.
Oh.
Should you knock first? Should you play first? Should you... I don't know.
It's your call.
But I can knock unless somebody else wants to knock. I'm the only slightly elfy person
It's
here.
a gate into town. Just knock on a freaking gate already.
Do you think she knows how to knock?
Maybe that's the problem. He doesn't know how to knock.
I knock on the goddamn door. Because you people are being...
Why are we debating knocking on the gate right now?
I wish I knew.
Because elves can be fickle. And very prickly.
Okay, fine. You knock on the giant set of doors, and within the intricate carvings and details, you see a smaller door open up. It was very well blended into the gate as a whole. An elf in light winter wear emerges, speaking only in Elvish. He addresses you since you knocked.
I don't remember why, but I speak Elvish.
Oh, cool, then you'll understand
As
what he
do
says.
I.
Everybody knows Elvish?
Why do you all speak Elvish?
I don't know.
It's an Elven-ran continent. You
It is.
probably want to pick that up.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is pretty common here on Sarakar. So then, you all understand him if you can hear him. And he says, "Welcome to Earl. What's your business here in the city?
Trade.
Are you all elves?"
I am a half-elf.
You see him just kind of deflate a little bit. He was hoping you were a whole elf.
I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, you're welcome to come into the city. Non-elves will, of course, need glasses.
Why?
I want to ask, but I don't want to ask. I want to ask, but I feel like I'm going to be a jerk if I ask.
from Wizard of Oz in here. You have to put on these green glasses before you come into town.
Maybe they're 3D glasses. Maybe there's
Why do I have to wear glasses?
imagery all over.
Are you going to go up to the door too?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, well, I will imagine you want to see.
Oh, okay.
You do like
Oh,
see.
as in like night vision glasses. I can see. You can't.
Okay.
Oh, can you turn yourself into something with night vision? Can you do
It
that?
doesn't work like that. It
You
doesn't.
wouldn't get the
It doesn't
abilities.
affect my abilities.
That would be like polymorph type stuff.
Oh,
Like
okay.
magic. You
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
look like them. Just gain their abilities.
Got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Derailed.
It's form over function. Alright, fine then. How many are you?
4 and a dog.
The dog should be fine. Let's not worry about the dog.
I'm laughing out of character. I'm not laughing at him. Because that would be bad.
In which case, the four of you just come inside real quick. Inside the small door, it's really just like the entrance passage. You're not in the city proper yet. This is just kind of a little stopping point where they can do inspections and deal with anything like you people might need to see underground. Or not underground, but, in the city. In the dark. And he walks you over to a small chest. He opens it up, and inside is just dozens and dozens of these oversized glasses that have faint depictions of eyes on the outside of the lens. And he says, well, if you want to see, sign out a pair.
I do such.
Me too.
Okay.
I have dark vision.
Okay.
I don't need them.
I use my pseudonym. In case that wasn't
Oscar.
clear.
He's not really caring about your name. It's just you don't get to take these with you.
Oh, in that case, I just tried.
It's like when you go to a 3D show, you turn the glasses in.
Or at least you're supposed to.
Yes, you are supposed to. The idea is that nobody here is trying to make off with these slightly magical glasses.
Got it.
For those of you picking up a pair of glasses, what sort of expression of eyes do you want on your glasses? Sleepy eyes, angry eyes, really excited eyes, a couple of cross-eyed pairs.
It's gonna look like a Mr. Potato Head. It's gonna be amazing.
What do you want, Vale? Or Lord Carver Golddagger III? What does he want?
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Lord Carver's gonna pick a pair that look really pretty. Pretty eyes. That's what I'm looking for.
You find a pair that have a very pretty set of eyes on them, long eyelashes. It almost look like they're twinkling.
Nice.
What about you?
I'm gonna go sleepy eyes.
Sleepy eyes.
I figure it's a good, should deflect attention. Should I need to do anything
All right.
beneath the radar? I was like, oh, that dude was just sleepy.
Okay.
You should take a pair.
Sam's going to take a pair too. He finds a set of glasses that have a very come hither stare.
Of course.
Of course he does.
I'm sorry. Sam got to do Sam. So these items do require attunement, so you'll have to spend an hour out here in the little pre-gate area attuning, but you each get a pair of dunce glasses.
Nice.
As you attune to them, there's a very subtle glow that comes from the backside of the lens. It's kind of lighting up your face, and it does make you very easy to spot. You get a very limited amount of dark vision, just because you're outsiders and you're non-elves, so they don't feel like being too kind to you. So you can see in darkness as if it were dim light to a distance of 10 feet.
Oh, wonderful.
If you need to see far away, I've got your back.
It's just enough not to run into other people or fall down stairwells and things. But not so great that you're being a nuisance.
That's awesome.
Also makes you less likely to take them with you. If they're only okay.
It also marks us as outsiders.
Oh, yeah, well, none of the elves living here need them.
That's true.
There might be some that wear them as, like, an ironic type thing.
Hipster
Really
elves.
fancy gold rims.
Hipster elves.
Sure. Or if they want to go to, like, mingle with the outsiders and be like, look, I'm just like one of you, see? Huh? As you stand around for the hour, you've got time to discuss amongst yourselves or discuss with this guard at the gate or with Sam. But as you're waiting, 3 wagons arrive and they open the gates wide. Let them in. Despite their fine craftsmanship and design, these are clearly prison transports.
Is there a prison in town?
Guard dude. I don't actually think I ever got your name. I'm sorry.
This guard's name is Mesheron.
Mesheron.
Yes.
Sounds like a black metal band.
I don't know the best way to ask the, like, what is...
I apologize. Yes, my name is Mesheron. I watch the gate here when it is my turn. How can I help you?
Do you often get transports of prisoners?
Oh, it definitely happens. He grabs his clipboard, like looks over, like see if he was expecting anything today. Yeah. Normal business.
And, I mean, like, you might not know the answer to this, but what sort of crimes have these people committed? Or what will get you put in prison in Earl?
Essentially, breaking the law.
Oh.
But this is roll persuasion.
Alright. Persuasion.
Yeah. You're an outsider and you're asking about prisoners all with, like,
Well,
out of nowhere.
I'm really asking about the law of the land, but I didn't ask it very well.
What gets put you in prison is a very wide question.
Persuasion, you said?
Yeah.
25.
Jesus. Of course the Bard is great at persuading people. You're a very friendly and likable face, even as a half-elf.
That's why I asked
He sees your elf side. And says, oh, well, these are guests of the greenhouse. There's a settlement a ways to the east, up north a bit. Every once in a while we have to go and, straighten them out.
What does that mean exactly?
Make sure everything's going according to the law. And any amount of dissent or, high levels of violent crime. To make sure we put a stop to that.
Okay. And being an outsider here, we know there's basic laws that apply everywhere.
Of course.
Don't steal, don't kill anybody, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anything specific we should know about this city so that we don't accidentally...
Sure. No light, be one. It's definitely something that most outsiders don't know about first time around. It's no light.
Okay.
That's why we've got the glasses here.
Right.
Yeah, you are real persuasive. You're a real friendly guy. So he's going to tell you... I know you said you're a half-elf, but you could probably get away with it. You could drink the elven water. Your friends, though, they need to drink the regular, just spring water. Yeah, that should be fine. You've been to other cities before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then you should know what not to do.
Right. I just figured I'd ask.
We're boned.
Because you think there's something he's not telling us.
Maybe.
I think you might be right.
Give me a perception roll. Anybody who's up here for this guard discussion, even if you're not participating.
10.
Well, I crit fail, so...
I got an 8.
We're doing real well here, guys.
Darvin, Mesheron is an exceptionally handsome man. Just like, wow. Like, he could be a model somewhere. He's out here doing guard duty.
I didn't know I swung that way, but cool.
No. I'm just, like, you just notice, like, wow, even for an elf, like, he looks good. Just, like, the lines on his face are very clear. He doesn't look ugly no matter what he's doing.
How's his voice?
It's fine. It's really just the outward appearance. And anything else you'd like to do before you finish tuning to your glasses and ready to head inside?
The dog is higher status than us.
Well, the dog can see in the dark.
So he's not an outsider.
And also, this guard really doesn't want to try to attach glasses to a dog.
That sounds fun.
Seems a little futile.
No, Vale has got nothing that they need to do.
Yeah, me too. The second my glasses are attuned.
And that's fine. They attune.
Can I use a non-standard attuning? Sorry, bad joke.
Yeah.
Let us not start talking again about drop D.
Can I tune my glasses and drop D?
That's what I was...
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it did.
I know secretly hope
No,
it
some of it...
Because we talked about it for a long time.
Wait, did we already make that joke?
Yeah.
The drop D tuning, yes.
Really?
Because we talked about 4-stringed instruments and how it would be a drop E and how that's not a thing and how, like...
And how you can't tune a violin to drop D because you can't do 3 strings at once.
Right, like, oh my god. It was terrible.
I think Shannon was ready to just, like, put somebody through a wall.
I was.
That's who I was arguing with about that.
Yeah, it was me.
Sorry, done.
It's okay,
Okay. So you finish tuning to your glasses. What color light do you want on your glasses, Darvin? What glow do you have on them? shining back on your face.
It just shines on my face, right? It doesn't affect the way I see.
No, it doesn't affect it. This is like underglow on a car here.
And green.
Alright, you get a nice little green
Like a
light
neon
around your
green.
eyes.
Yeah. Like a green screen's Matrix kind of green.
Nice. What about you, there, Lord Carver?
Oh, I believe my doublet is in a darker hunter green, and the green from my glasses would match.
Okay, so we got a nice deep green and a nice neon green over here. Sam is going to go with... Sam has a nice purple glow on his face.
Of course he does. I just look at these two like,
These two?
you two.
Oh,
What?
You
What?
two,
You chose a sensible color.
Darvin, and
Neon green, always sensible.
looks fine. A little silly, but you don't have to wear them, so
That's true, I don't.
you could have. Oh well.
You should have.
Probably a decent idea to have somebody that doesn't stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, but you could have taken it from them and not used them.
that seems smart.
Too late. Okay. As you enter the city, the gates are still wide open from when those prison carts came in. They brought Sam's wagons in, proceeded in towards the central area of these flower petals, where there's another nice wide set of doors, and these lead down into basically the animal travel storage. Anybody's wagons, horses, donkeys, however they got here, sleds, they're being stored here. And as you enter the city, it's completely dark, save for the low glow from your glasses and any other outsiders who might have them on, and a massive spiraling column that seems to dive deep below the floor. It has maybe a 2-foot ledge that spirals all the way down, and it has a very low glow coming off of it, similar to what's coming off of your glasses. It is also green, as luck would have it, being one of the colors of Ulwenir, the god of elves.
Ugh.
And as you look towards the center of the floor where this massive column is, you can see that between it and the floor, there's a 20-foot gap. And Darvin and Carver, you see it definitely well enough before you have to worry about falling in.
Oh, I wouldn't have let them get that close anyway.
But you can look down and you tell that this just goes down a long ways. You drop off the wagons and the horses. There's certainly some stable hands here who will look after your animals and your belongings. There's an elf who kind of oversees the whole operation, but most of the workers are wearing glasses, just like you guys. They're allowed to live here. They don't have to... This isn't an elf-only society. It's just mostly elves, and certainly run by elves.
Elf preferred.
So the animals are going to be taken care of. What is it that you're out to do right now?
I'm about to find the guild.
Okay.
For a purpose.
Buy
You wanna
some
find a
stuff
guild.
and sell some stuff.
You want to find a shop for merchants.
I'm going to stick together.
Probably.
Yeah,
I'm not going with you to the guild, but
I'll go with you.
No, you
Sounds
need
fun.
to come with me, because I feel like I need to introduce you to the guild and make sure that they understand our situation so that they don't come after you because you know more than you should.
oh, okay.
Darvin, is there anything in particular you want to get done here in the city? Or is there anything you want to see if this city has?
Temple to my god.
So do we want to do outside shopping first, or do we want to wait until after the guild hall?
Might as well wait, right?
Guess we can wait.
Then we
go
go
Okay.
searching for the guild hall.
Well,
Know how to look
Sam
for
would
it.
like to stay with you if he can.
This is where you're going to run into a problem.
And you already told him what you do, right?
No,
He wasn't at the trial.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Was he?
He had to have been at the trial, right?
He was at the trial.
Yeah, if he was at the trial, then he knows, so I should bring him in too to make sure that he's safe. So, okay.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
I just wanted to see if you were willing to accept his company freely. Yeah. Sam would like to stay with you guys. He and Sniffins.
I will tell him that it's probably best that he does come with us at this point.
Darvin, when you go looking for a temple or a monastery or a shrine, what have you, to Coram, how do you usually go about that? Do you need
No,
to...
It's the first time I've done it.
Actually, that is true. That is very true, because you started your worship there in Karami, and that's where you stayed the entire time. So yeah, how would you go about doing this? Like, what does Darvin think? Like, I need to go find a way to worship my god, or speak to others of the faith.
Yeah, I mean, I can, worship my god on my own. I'm just kind of interested to see.
Like, are you gonna look for signs? You're gonna talk to people?
Both.
Okay. So do you want to ask people first, or do you want to look around first?
How big a city is it?
Well, right now you're on the first floor below the flower petals, basically. So the flower petals stick out, and these act as the walls and the main entrance. And you entered in through a giant door and followed a ramp down into this first level, which, like I mentioned before, is all animals, traveling equipment, stables, and things like that. The ceiling's about 20 feet up. Size-wise, this whole first level is probably about like 10 city blocks.
That's not huge. So then, before I start asking people, I'd probably look around first and see what I can find.
Well, on this first level, or on this top level, first level, whichever, it's difficult here, just the way you guys are going. This is all travel storage and animals. And there might be someone selling some animals too, but this is real basic, real rustic stuff focused on the people who are either just coming in or just about to leave.
So we're on the wrong floor.
Probably not any churches.
For really
here.
anything, yeah. We need to go.
You could get some animals or like some feed.
Yeah, but we'll get there, I think.
Yeah. But if you want to ask around, or if you just want to start going down through the city and looking for stuff.
I would ask around at this point. I'm not gonna. How many levels of the city do I know?
You haven't asked.
That's the first thing I'd try to find out. There we go.
Remember, you speak Elvish. I would speak in Elvish.
Oh yes, I will speak in Elvish.
Okay. Who do you want to go talk to?
In elf.
Okay.
Oh boy, that's specific.
In that case, the very first elf that you can see is the one who's in charge of the stables for everybody coming in and out.
Ooh, perfect.
He's not doing much of the work himself, kind of watching as everything happens, supervising. As you walk up, he speaks to you in Elvish. Hello, and welcome to Earl.
Greetings.
Don't worry, your horses will be very well taken care of.
Good, I'm sure. I was just wondering what types of religious institutions, temples and shrines and monasteries and whatnot exist in this city.
Oh, well, you've come to a very diverse city here. We, of course, worship Olwenir, the god of elves, and you can find churches to them. Let's see, who else do we have here? Yes. If you're looking for religious services, not like church services, but like services that they can provide to you as a church, you could visit the Servitors, which is the cleric guild. They're a ways down. We have the temple to Olwenir, and we do have a monastery to Coral.
Where's that?
That would be down on the 10th level.
How many levels are there?
You are currently on the 18th.
Wow. That's a lot of levels.
Oh, got it. Okay. Now I get why you were confused. But you're like, I don't know how to explain this.
You're on the first level down, but you're the 18th level.
But it's like the
18th
top
high.
level,
Gotcha.
and then
Yeah.
like level 1 is the very bottom. Okay.
Gotcha.
As the elves organize it. When you first walked in, you're like, oh, we want one down. So, the first floor here.
Right. But it's not.
Alright. Thank you, sir. You've been very helpful.
You're welcome. Enjoy your stay.
I will. Wait, am I by myself at this point and we're walking around together?
I imagine you broke off like
'Cause
50
they don't
feet
care
away
about
from
going
them.
to
Like they're
And
chatting.
we're sitting there kind of waiting for him to come back, because I'm not doing my next thing without you unless you want to die.
No, then I'll go back
Okay.
to you guys. I know where I need to go. Just...
And like
And-
one of the two of you is driving this bus.
And he can share all that information. Like, hey, there's gods here.
Wow,
There are
There are
gods.
churches.
Yeah.
There are churches.
We can go worship and talk to our brethren and whatnot.
Your brethren.
You are free to do that, but I think the first thing we need to do is make sure that you three are safe. You should probably go with me.
Sure. I like being safe.
You want to give them like the name on hand stamp.
Yeah.
Like they're cool.
They're cool. They're going to keep it a secret. Got to get you on the up and up. You don't want to be on the downside. You don't want to be branded.
Arnis is probably the most up and up person among the three of you. Sam might be a little bit more, but it's
It's a toss-up.
it's a toss up between them two. I mean, sorry. Sniffins is at the top. He's a good boy.
That's fair.
Traveling with Arnis is like traveling with a companion. You just get into places.
Whoa. So he's not sexing everybody up.
That's true.
Unlike Sam, which is why I'm better than Sam.
That's true.
I don't bang for roof.
That's what I was gonna say.
I
Sam,
pay for
He's a
my roof.
paratrooper.
I pay for my roof.
Sam has
Thank you.
probably lied to some young women over his time.
Of course, it's all in how you look at it as well.
Mhm.
Right.
Anyways.
He's staying for free. I'm not.
Yeah. Sniffins is following right behind Sam. Let's go.
What are you going to roll?
Because
Because I don't know exactly where it is.
do you just want to look around, or do you want to go talk to people?
I'm going to go looking first.
Okay.
I would say not on this level, so we need to go, like, down at least to level 17.
Yeah.
Nothing here is going to help you. And if the churches are on level, what did you say, 10?
10. At least mine is.
The Cleric Guild, the Servitors, are on the 10th level. Or sorry, the 7th level. The Monastery Decorum, that's on the 10th level.
Okay. I mean, and it might not be a bad idea just to kind of get the lay of the land, figure out what's on each level
Yeah.
generally.
That's true. Where
So
the
we-
restaurants are, where the bars are, where the golf courses are.
The floors are only about 20 feet tall, so it's really hard to play golf, but there might be a putt-putt.
Nice.
That's a bocce.
Elvish putt-putt.
Sounds fun.
So, you start heading down. Do you want to stop at every single floor, or what's up? There's a lot of information in this city.
I don't know about necessarily stopping.
Cursory glance. I'm looking for,
Scanned.
markings that I would recognize as symbols of
Okay.
guidance
But
for
you're-
myself.
I mean, you're probably looking more in, say, like a merchant district, right? You're more likely to find
It's a-
something.
Guild. It could be in the guild district. It could be hidden off in a residential area. It could be anywhere.
And it's hard to be you. All I have to do is find a bar.
Wang.
I'm not complaining about my job.
So, you get down to 17th level. Everyone can give me a quick perception check then. We'll just see what you see.
Oh, it's going to be a rough day.
Alright,
9.
start. Alright.
22.
7.
Immediately getting down to the 17th level, you take a look around, and this place is not very well kept up. There's still a lot of smell coming down from the 18th level, from all the animals.
Oh,
Got
God.
it. Okay.
Almost, it's kind of seeping through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Arnis, you notice that, yes, everything here is run down, but you also notice there is not a single elf on this floor. These are all non-elves and outsiders staying on this floor. It appears to be largely residential.
Do they appear to be permanent?
Like, you don't see a lot of signs like hotels and, like, room for let and all that. There are some of those. There's definitely places to stay here on this level.
But they
But
probably
most-
mostly live
Right.
there.
Most of the buildings are unmarked. And this is just where poor people live.
No, poor people.
Well, it's inexpensive living under the houses.
Mm-hmm. You better hope all of those bricks were laid real nice and tight and you don't have, like, a leak. Because that does not rain.
Otherwise, Alright, we
Okay.
can, I guess, keep going. Unless you feel a need to look around.
Continuing on down?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody give me a perception roll for 16.
9.
Yeah, 22 again.
I got an 11.
So you come down to the 16th level, and this is an open market. It's like a flea market. There are temporary stands set up everywhere. Some of them are a little bit more permanent, like they've claimed their spot. They're not leaving. This is ours forever. It started out as a temporary thing, and they just started adding to it. And it looks more permanent. And there's people just selling all sorts of things. None of it, at first glance, looks like of the best quality. But this is stuff.
It's
Very much like a flea market.
I'm going to spend a little bit
There
more
are
time
elves and non-elves alike here.
on this level, listening and observing, seeing if I can't catch wind of something that might help me find the guild.
Sure.
That's a 9.
Alright. Arnis and Darvin, while you're walking around with Vale here through the flea market area, anything in particular you want to do or look for?
I don't know that there's anything in particular. Just kind of like to look around,
Okay.
see what there is to see.
Yeah. Don't need anything particular yet.
A lot of secondhand stuff, used jewelry, knickknacks, old clothes. Not like in bad conditions, just, hey, I don't need these anymore. That person's gone, or they died, or they outgrew this. Cooking equipment. There's definitely some like religious stands, people just selling tiny little necklaces, like amulets on necklaces, just to whichever god you might happen to pray to. Like, oh, you want to pray to the god of beasts? I got you covered. Waters, done. Chaos, gotcha. They just want to make some money. And you look around, and there doesn't seem to be any guild activity. Like, there's no assassin guild activity going on here, as far as you can tell, Vale.
Sweet.
This is really just people trying to sell stuff and make a living. Yeah, if you want deep discounts, this is the place to be.
I'm good.
So,
I mean, I'm all for a bargain, but I don't want secondhand armor.
Yeah, I think we're ready for the next level.
okay. Perception roll then, as you go on down.
Oh, I'm just getting worse here. That's a friendly 3.
Hey, finally, 19.
I got a 17.
Okay, so you come down to the 15th level. You've been taking the stairs on the outside ring. It's an easy walk. You're going downhill. And as you open up the door onto this level, this is very much like the 17th. Doesn't smell here, though. Thank goodness. None of the buildings look like they're in great condition. The buildings are better carved and decorated and manufactured. These just look nicer. Aside from maybe a couple of outsiders wearing glasses, these are largely elves living here. And there's a couple of signs for places to get some food, places to stay. None of it looks very fancy. The buildings look nicer than the people and what's actually in them.
Keep rolling.
Okay, we're going to go down again. I did not know we were going to do this floor by floor by floor by floor by floor.
I like to know where I am. and
I'm never
what
going to find
things
anything.
are.
I just rolled another 3.
All right, Darwin.
14.
And Arnis.
19.
So, Vale, maybe you just don't like the light. These glasses are shining back into your face, and you're just not picking up on everything right away as you enter each new level. But Darwin and Arnis, you come down to the 14th level, and this is mostly it's a common space. Like, if you need to ever work on anything, you can just come here and do it. You want to build something? Fine, there's room. Nobody really lives here. There's just like somebody building some barrels over there. There's someone stitching together some clothes. There are kids just playing, like throwing a ball back and forth. It's like a big park where you're allowed to do whatever you want.
I mean, within the bounds of the law.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
This isn't like you can just come here and kill somebody, and it's totally cool, guys. I was on the 14th floor. No, it's just people doing whatever they want. There's probably just like a couple sitting on a bench having a nice little lunch.
Cool. Off we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, it's a park. Moving on.
Roll perception then.
Oh,
Still below 10. I got an 8 that time.
All right, Arnis.
I got a 14.
10.
All right. As soon as you open the door to this floor, there's just rubble everywhere. Like something happened at some point, and most of these buildings are knocked down and in disarray.
They tried to build the 13th floor.
Arnis, you can certainly see that there are some people out there, some outsiders with glasses on, just kind of roving among the rubble. But there's really just nothing. Like it's like a wildland situation. Like nobody really stays here, like on purpose or by leave of the city. It's just like this place fell down. We're done with it.
There's nothing still standing.
There might be a couple of buildings.
But if you need a place to stand, you got a sleeping bag?
Oh, yeah, there are definitely squatters. Like, that's probably what you're seeing here. Like, squatters or people picking over for anything of value.
We can stay here for free.
No, I'm good.
I'm going to investigate this
I can
floor
stay in the
further.
inn for free, too.
Okay. You want to head on in?
Mm-hmm.
Not all of us are bards.
You want a perception or investigation?
It depends on what you're doing.
I'm looking for hints of buildings that may be still in use that are...
If you just want to find buildings that are still intact and probably have people in them, if you want to just spend time here, you can do that.
I feel like this might be a logical place for the guild to be hiding if people don't tend to stay here. So I want to, search for maybe guild presence on this floor.
Okay. Roll investigation, sure.
21.
Nice. Yes. You certainly do find someone here. They've kind of staked out a half knocked down building, sitting there completely in the dark, no glasses on. But they are totally focused on this other building that is standing. Oh. Like, I'm going to go search this building. It looks like there's some people in there. And then you notice off to the right, like, wait.
That guy.
That guy's trying to not be seen right now. I bet he might know a thing or two. And sure enough, there's an elf woman in there, hood pulled over her face, and she's just watching that building intently.
I'm going to give my companions the, stay here for a second. Is there anything near this woman that, could even hint that she might be, a beggar?
Oh, no, she does not want to be seen.
Oh.
You spotted her, trying to be stealthy and hiding.
Got it, okay.
The beggars that you have seen have been more out in the open. and wearing glasses. Even if they're elven beggars, they wear the glasses because it's like, oh, look.
Okay. Is there like a spot where near where she's sitting and trying to hide where I could like stop and tie my shoelace and not give away the fact that she's hiding there and talk? Do the old
Sure.
school, like
Yeah.
spycraft thing?
It's close enough to the somewhat cleared path where you could stop and pretend to be doing something on it, like, you know, checking your pockets or tying your shoes or, you know, searching through some rocks.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with bend down, tie the shoes, focus totally on the task in front of me, and then say, "Are you a sister of the guild?" in hushed tones, trying to obviously be stealthy myself.
Sure, roll stealth.
That's a 10.
This place is a little bit more open and stony than you're used to, so your voice catches a little bit. She does notice you. And let's see, what's she going to say? She would respond, because she does not know who the fuck you are.
I know.
I'm a loyal sister to my family. I have rather important business right now, if you don't mind. Completely in Elvish. She's not even going to bother to speak. Did you speak to her in
Yeah,
Elvish?
in Elvish.
Okay.
I don't want to piss off the elf in this town. Okay. And I'll say, I have a feeling that we might share a relation, and if you need assistance, I could help, but I need to find our home. Talking in veiled concepts here.
Veiled.
Almost thieves' cant, but not.
Mm-hmm.
Go down to the 10th level, and don't bother me. I'm busy.
And with that, I walk away. And I walk back to the group, and I say, I think I have a lead. We're
I think
going
the 10th level has a
down,
theme.
down, baby.
You want to see if we can find any cool shit in the rubble first?
Nah, I don't need to search rubble.
We might find...
Barney?
Maybe.
What?
No.
No?
Okay. So you're on the 13th floor. You just talked to someone hiding out in the shadows who certainly looked like they were a member of your guild. They were acting that way. They told you to go to the 10th floor. 10th level.
Yep.
You're just going to head straight there?
Yeah. Maybe poke our heads into the next level so we can learn what's on them as we go by.
I mean, are you going to poke your heads in, or are you going to go out and explore?
I just really want to know what's on the levels as we go past them. I don't need to explore them.
Do you guys care, Darvin or Arnis?
I'm just as soon skip it for right now.
Alright. Sam definitely wants to stay by your guys' sides.
We'll just poke our heads in. I don't need too much information right now.
Okay. As you pass the 12th and 11th floors, then, you open up the door, take a quick look in, and both of these floors look very much like the 13th. Shit has fallen over.
Wow.
And that's what you can tell at first glance. Anything more, you'd have to actually go in there and take a look around.
Something happened in these middle floors. And now we're on 10.
And like, nuts to that, going to the 10th. You open up the door to the 10th level. This is, just like all the other ones, dark, save the giant column in the center. And as you make your way around the outside, the ring of this level, give me a perception roll.
11.
I got a 14.
I got a 12.
Alright. Okay. This doesn't appear to be a residential floor. At least not like the other floors that you saw. This is not a bunch of smaller buildings. In fact, these ones they're starting to look newer than what you saw in the previous levels. Still a very fine make. Elves make things pretty and fancy. There's no denying that. There's a good mix between elves and non-elves here. The elves, of course, are all very pretty. Every elf you've seen has been looking good. There are silver foxes, some bald beauties, young hotties, and you've never seen an elf look ugly here.
Wow. That's weird.
Sure enough, there's a temple for Olwenir, the god of elves. Banners on either side of the entrance, showing that same symbol you saw on Count Valence's house, the royal house, of an elfin profile atop like the barrel towers of a castle. The square teeth at the top, the round tower coming up with the crenellations on the top. It is a very, very standard symbol for Olwenir. Nobody's like going outside the lines, thinking outside the box here. This is by the book worship. Not too far from that is when Darvin sees the monastery decorum. What did you roll again?
14.
Vale? 14. Yeah, sure. And you notice a couple of denouement symbols on the entrance to that monastery.
Wonderful.
Interesting.
I look to him and I say, it looks like we're going to go visit your temple.
Monastery, please.
Monastery, sorry.
Let's go visit my brethren.
We head that way.
As you head in, there are a number of benches. Some people praying. This is not a service day. It's just open to the public right now. At the front of the room, very much like you saw in Diego's temple back in Karami, there is a statue of Corum on an altar. Unlike that one, though, this one has the hood pulled back. You see a very well-carved elven face with flowing hair and gentle hands reaching out, one of which looks like it used to be curled around something as if it was holding the handle of an object. And carved there into the base of the altar, again, much like you saw in the temple back in Karami, is the only good death is a permanent one.
That was new lettering, right? Like we saw that form in Karami?
Yes, you saw that physically change.
So here, as far as we know, it's just there. But it's possible it didn't.
It's possible.
Changed it over the entire world.
I guess we should ask. What was there before? Was it just nothing?
At the temple in Karami, there was a number of different tenets.
But they all got disappeared.
Erased
Okay, gotcha.
and rewritten as this one tenet.
Gotcha.
As we look around, I want to see if I can see any more symbols or signs for my guild.
Sure. Now you can give me an investigation. Now that you're inside and you found the right building.
16.
Darwin or Aranus, is there anything in particular you'd like to do?
Well, I'm going to let him go first because, not getting killed is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I would like to seek out leadership of this monastery just to check in, see if they have any whatever for me. Information, if they want to know anything to pass on to my monastery, etc. Do any networking I need to do.
Oh, I see. Give me a business card.
Yeah.
So, Vale, you look around, and sure enough, you can find some very subtly carved images among all of the other decorations. It's not like a plain pillar with a single image carved into it. There's vines and flower work carved into almost everything here. Like trees going through their seasons, just symbol of death and change and rebirth. And among all of this, you can certainly find that they're pointing through certain doors and alcoves. They will eventually lead you to a slightly upstairs room. This is 20-foot high floors, so yeah, a very short staircase that will lead you up. Not to the next level. This is still within the same building on this level.
As I'm kind of searching around, I tell them to wait in the common area because I want to, when I approach the guild, I don't want to piss anybody off at the gate by bringing guests. I know how my guild runs.
That's not a thing you should do.
So when I find wherever I'm kind of headed towards, I knock on the door.
And yeah, you still got your glasses on, so you see an elven face behind the door.
Pull out my coin and make an effort of kind of showing it and then kind of putting it back.
They nod.
And I say, I have some things to discuss with the guildmaster.
Very well. So Vale has left you guys. Anything you want to do here in this monastery?
I did say, stay here, I'll be back.
Then I'll wait. I'm a good boy.
Okay.
Well,
Artemis?
He's going to play some death music. Death metal.
Yeah.
No.
Learn those chromatic scales.
I'm weirded out, considering, I did actually die. I'm on a, long-term mission from the god of death. I don't like being here.
Artemis, give me a religion check.
I'm not a fan anymore.
You should feel more at home now.
No.
One of us.
No, I'm not. Really not. No. You said religion?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's a crit fail.
Yeah, this whole place is just giving you the chills. Just the smell and the way that the statue on the altar looks. It's all just too vaguely familiar to your time with Corum when you met him more recently face to face and bargained for your soul.
Yeah. He was surprisingly reasonable for a god.
Well, we also made a really good argument.
Let alone a god of death. Yeah, but Hades would have given us some tragic catch.
We did get a tragic catch. We have to kill a god.
It's not as tragic as
You have to kill a god.
to turn around
Technically, I
and
do, but
Okay. So, Vale. Lord Carver Golddagger III.
Oh, when I step in and the door shuts, I transition into my true form.
Oh, okay. You're going to go back to being Vale as you step in.
The only place where I stay as Vale is whenever I'm in a guild hall. feel it's a sign of respect to my guildmates to show them who I am.
And this person will escort you down the hall to a very basic wooden door. Give it a couple of quick taps before opening it and letting you in. This is a rather spacious room. There's a very nice desk in the middle of it, behind which is seated a man in a moderately comfortable looking chair. He's sharpening a set of daggers. He's got 3 to his right, 2 to his left, 1 in his hand. They're all just set there on the table. Very nice and orderly.
I enter, greet him according to his rank, and tell him that I have a report on my recent mission and the incidents at Honey Hollow.
Welcome. It is good to have another guild member here. I'm pleased to hear that you've had a successful mission. Now then, of course, your card, your task for the job.
That is why I came straight here. I do not have my card.
Then I will need more.
I will tell you the entire story, and I proceed to tell him about receiving my assignment in Karami and joining with a group of travelers as part of my...
Okay.
And I tell him pretty much the whole thing.
Is there anything you're leaving out?
I leave nothing out, but I do end by stressing the fact that even though things were not going well for me, I had fully intended to receive my consequences without adding the guild until the guild was betrayed by... what's her freaking name? Lorraine, thank you.
That's
Yes,
right.
it was Lorraine.
Yes, Lorraine is the half-halfling, half-orc. Very, very well. Bring me your friends.
Yes, sir. And I head back out to get them, transition into myself, and go get them.
When you say transition into
Lord
myself...
Carver, Gold Dagger.
Okay, because that is definitely
Yes.
not yourself.
No, that's definitely not myself. I don't leave the building in my true form.
As you enter back into the general worship area, you look like Lord Carver.
I find them and I go, I've explained the situation, and the higher-ups would like to meet you.
Sounds fun.
All right,
I'm sure they're great guys.
cool. So we take them all, including the dog.
Oh yeah, Sam's not leaving the dog out here in the middle of a church alone.
So anyway, we go back.
And then he sees the 4 of you and the dog. Welcome, welcome. My name is Onar Omadam. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Likewise.
I understand you bear witness to this person's activities.
Yes.
Trying to think of a smart way to answer that question.
I simply say yes. Again, creeped out. I'm going to say as little as possible, which is very unusual.
Very well. I can certainly take your word for it that you've killed this person. Just need to verify that it was your assignment. You say you came from Karami, yes?
Yes.
I must contact Jirai then. Please, just a moment.
Okay.
He turns and goes through a door behind him. Darvin, give me a perception roll.
16.
Wait, what?
Why would someone try to arrest you?
He's contacting someone in Karami.
Within the guild.
Jirai,
You're
yes.
okay.
Still, though.
The 2 of you may not know the name, but Vale would
You're
definitely
good.
recognize the name of Jorian as...
If you start freaking out, I'm like, calm down.
I'm not gonna actually freak out. I'm kind of frozen at this point. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't belong here. I should be in a tavern right now. This is weird.
I'm totally emboldened by the fact that it's also a monastery. I'm like, oh, I can trust the people.
As you're sitting there waiting, he left his daggers there on the desk. And the 3 of them there that he set to his right, your left, are all short, curved, dark steel daggers with a symbol very much like yours on it. Except it doesn't have the S in the triangle. It's a K in a triangle. But very similar make. Very similar design. Just shorter dagger form. He's just got a lot of them. Among all of the other shit that he
Does
has
that
in
tell me
his office.
anything other than he's associated with the same organization as me?
Probably not. But it definitely does let you know, you might be in a Denmark guild house, but this person still is a follower of Corum.
It wouldn't tell me his position in the...
No, it's not a symbol of rank.
Got it.
I mean,
I
unless-
have not disclosed that I'm a follower yet, right? I don't think I have.
Not to that guy.
No, not to this guy. Onar, he does not know.
Okay.
You haven't told him anything.
Got it.
You told him everything, though.
Did you tell him who we were?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to think. You told him everything, so...
So he would...
He knows everything.
But
I
do you
at
know
this
that
point.
he's a monk of that religion? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you do.
yeah,
If I don't, then putting
So,
that
yeah,
together
he
was
knows.
not hard.
Yeah.
So he knows.
So this guy probably knows. If Vale spilled the beans...
And you probably gave him my real name too, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm reporting to my superior.
Yeah. Which is fine. I was going to anyway.
While he's in his own little personal room there, everybody else can actually give me a perception roll too. I just really wanted to see if Darvin noticed these daggers. You can roll a javelin perception check as well, Darvin.
Okay. 20.
Okay, so seeing those daggers did not distract you from anything else in the room.
19.
13.
Yeah, he certainly has a number of books in here, different sets of clothing, some religious texts, a couple little personal, I want to say baubles, that cheapens it. But like, a Christian would have like little crosses that they would carry with them, or rings or necklaces, and he's got similar things to Corum.
Like snow globes?
Sure. Sure, he's got a, why not?
Got a quorum snow globe.
He's got a tiny little stone carved statue of Corum just immensely glowering over this field of death and just picking and choosing who lives and who dies.
Oh, that's so cool.
Again, skeeved out.
Reminds me of the metallic sun disposable heroes.
Okay. And then also on the wall above the door that he just went into is a very fine looking axe. Probably 3-4 feet long. Very slender carve to it. The head isn't even a solid piece of metal. It's kind of like a hook, the edge sharpened to it. And probably about 15 minutes are going to go by before he comes back out. Well, I've just spoken with Jirai, and we can certainly honor your contract.
I tell you, up until that moment, I was still afraid it was for the father and not for him.
Well, nobody knows, like, even they don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Like, if they knew for sure, they would have written it down for sure.
Yeah.
But there is certainly plenty of evidence that, yes, you killed Cortland Fortenberry, and there are lots of people who will say, yes, Cortland Fortenberry is dead, and that was your assignment, so... Now then, it occurs to me you've been working for the guild for some time, so I could offer you gold. Or I could offer you a nice little item. As a sign of station.
I kind of... You don't see Vale get excited about things often. And it's not excited like a little kid, but it's like excited like... It's like a gunslinger ready for a fight. Like it's that like itching for it. And I say as reverently as I possibly can in my excitement, I've been waiting to be accepted into the guild to this point. I will gladly receive that item.
Just wanted to make sure you weren't in it solely for the money. Which is fine.
No.
Some people do just want to...
Just kill people for money, yeah. No.
And they're perfectly cool being that entry level, like base level assassins.
No, I want to be a guild hall
Some
leader
people
at the very
want to
least someday.
Very well. Turns around and he goes to a little safe in the corner, and he pulls out a leather bracer. That's what it looks like. And you're about to get a cool ass item. He sets it down on the desk in between his daggers. This will certainly mark you as one of us, but it is of course designed not to draw attention to itself. And at first, it really does just look like a leather bracer. And he reaches inside and presses something, and this 9-inch stiletto blade just shoots out.
Holy shit.
That was in character, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry. I was not expecting that. I don't know why. I wasn't expecting that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, that is the point. People are not supposed to expect. This is a simple version. We've got a couple of spots in here for hidden goods. But of course, free to tamper with it as time goes. He will explain to you. This is the denouement stiletto. This is a specialized tool of assassination used by the denouement. It is often given to guild members of low rank who have proven some worth. Higher-ranking members have been known to customize it to suit their style. When properly worn, it looks like a leather bracer with metal decorations. Beneath the leather is a tension-loaded stiletto about 9 inches long with a hollow channel inside. There's also space for 2 custom vials, the contents of which can be delivered by the stiletto. As an attack action, this deals the same damage as a dagger. You can gain a +1 to attack and damage rolls if you are attacking from tension. So when you trigger that and it shoots out,
Got it.
It gives a little bonus to the attack. You can retension it as an action, which also helps it hide from any searches. You can spend a minute to load up to 2 doses of up to 2 different fluids within the bracer. And as a bonus action, you can release one of those doses from the point of the stiletto.
Damn.
Awesome.
It is, of course,
I'm so
empty
excited.
at this point.
Yes, of course.
There's... I guess when you put this on, which side do you want this to, like, which arm is this on? Is it coming out from the inside of your wrist, the back side of your hand?
It would be inside of the wrist.
Okay.
It's pop and then hide.
Assassin's Creed.
Well, yeah, but also like this, it was not as comfortable. I wouldn't feel it was as comfortable. It's more like stabby stab as opposed to like stabby stab. You get the breaking wrist action there.
I don't know, whatever. It's up to you, dog.
And
He's thought this through a little much. It scares me.
I'm thinking on the offhand,
So that's which hand?
the left.
Okay. I don't know which
So
hand you are.
If I'm fighting two-handed, I've got a
It's the
regular
left.
dagger in the
It's the
other hand.
Okay.
Cool. That's awesome. That's exciting. I kind of take it and strap it on and do one of these and pop it out and trigger it back in, make sure it's working.
Yeah. It's not the easiest thing to, like, load it back in.
Yeah.
Which is why it takes an action.
Arnis is increasingly uncomfortable. Trying to look like normal, casual, but definitely uncomfortable.
Okay. So you've got your first mark of advancement within the guild.
Yay.
Is there anything else you, Vale, want to ask of Onar?
Oh god, do I want another job already?
You wanted to go shopping.
Oh yeah, Onar, is there any place where a guild member might pick up any necessary tools of the trade?
Certainly. We have some stuff here, but where else might you go? There's also the open market on the 16th floor. There's a shop that will cater towards your needs. If you just want, some basic cheap stuff.
I was looking for. I have a list of things I'd like to purchase: a hand crossbow,
Yeah, you get
and
that
some
from
bolts.
any
I can get that
armorer.
upstairs. A poisoner's kit, some studded leather armor, and then because I finally realized something that I would like to have since we've been in this land of winter for so long, some goggles of night. This guy's like, the bad damn time somebody asked for that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you're searching for some poisoner's kit, I might recommend. Actually, you go further down to the 4th level. Sorry, not the 4th level. I read that wrong. I was about to send you some high-class fucking merchants, the likes of which Darwin would probably enjoy. Very nice-looking clothes and goods. Go down to the 8th level. The Alchemist Guild has shops there.
Okay.
And then, like, common armor and weapons, like, yeah, you can just get that from the open market. That's fine. I think the flea market will have that. You can find something in working order.
Okay.
If you want something, like, fancily made or, like, monogrammed, you probably go down to the
I'm Mr.
richer
Disposable.
stuff.
I'm going to take something that if I lose it or if it gets broken or if I have to leave it on a crime scene, I'm not going to miss it. So the only other thing that I'd want is the goggles of night.
I do not know if you'll be able to find those here. This is an elven city, and as such, we...
Yeah.
He laughs just like, we don't need such things.
Oh, I didn't realize he
He's
was
an
an
elf.
elf. I thought he was a human.
Nope. Sorry.
Human.
Oh, no, Omadon. He's an elf.
And for the first time, Arnis actually cracks a smile, like, idiot.
No, we've got the goggles. The glasses you all wear.
Asking an elf for goggles at night.
I am not going to ask for a job because I feel like we've agreed the next thing we're doing is going to deal with the dragon.
Yep.
So I'm going to thank him for his assistance and tell him that.
I want to talk to you real quick.
Oh, that's fine, because he wasn't done with y'all anyways. What do you got, Darwin?
Basically just, as you know now, I am not part of your esteemed organization. I say that without a hint of irony.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, because sometimes I use
Are you wearing your sword?
yes.
They didn't ask us to take off our weapons or anything.
No, nobody fucking cares. He looks down and he eyes your short sword. He noticed the symbol on it, and he kind of gives you a look. Like, he knows, like, my monk brother.
So I don't have to spell it out, but as you know, we have been sort of exiled from our hometown.
Yes, Vale. Did you tell him your name, Vale? Or...
Yeah.
And this is the
Vale
first
here has told me.
And this is the first time I've come across a proper monastery since we left, and I was just wondering if you had any intel for me or could pass any along to my monastery.
What is it you wish to know?
I guess I don't know. I just feel out of touch. I just need to know if they have any info for me.
Well...
How'd the softball game against the other god go?
Oh, we destroyed the Oluniers faithful. By the bottom of the 5th, it was a blowout.
Nice.
'Cause, yeah, sure, there are churches playing baseball against one another. Why not? Actually, I was hoping maybe you could give some information to me I've been following Corum, living here for a long time. I've done many deeds in his name. I've seen people destined for death, and those meant to be spared.
Yes.
Always firmly in the yes or the no. Never seen a name in the maybe column. Until just recently. As he looks at Arnis. You are very puzzled for me. Can you enlighten me as to why this might be?
Well, if you've heard from Vale, you pretty much know the story. I don't know that I can give you any more insight than that. I died. We managed to convince him that I shouldn't have.
Yes.
At a price, obviously. But
will you go through with it?
I don't really have a choice.
Forgive me. I don't know what to do when I've been told that somebody maybe needs to die.
I mean, it's probably because I'm supposed to be dead, and I'm not.
Don't worry, if the time comes, I'll be by his side. But until then...
Wow!
I don't mean it, I'm just saying it, jeez.
Very, very well. Very well done. I should put my faith in you as well. And if any of you need to talk about anything, I will be here for you.
Can you pass just a simple message to my monastery for me?
Yes.
Just that I'm alive and I've been serving Corum in the manner provided to me. That should be sufficient.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Thank you.
Anything else you guys want to do in this monastery / guild house?
Hell no.
Darvin, Vale.
This place is awesome.
Okay, where are you off to?
Not here.
Not here.
I guess back up to 16
Go chopping.
for choppings.
Well, as you leave the monastery, everybody give me a perception roll.
I got the nueve.
Me
Alright.
too.
Vale,
17. You're welcome.
Alright, Arnis leaves the monastery to Corum, just totally on edge. Like, just noticing, what's that? It's all a little creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, aside from all of the elves, of course, looking very nice, there are a couple of very well-dressed elves that you see. One just like way off to the right, sitting in this really nice open carriage. More of a rickshaw, because there aren't horses down here. It's pulled by a person. He's just sitting there, small cup in his hand. He's just drinking. Aside from looking very wealthy, very innocuous, and you'd probably just write it off as some rich elf until you look further off to the left and you can see the temple to Ulwenir. And the second floor has a small little balcony, and there are a couple of elves. Looks like they're just engaged in simple debate. But the one on the left looks just like that dude over there in the rickshaw. Same clothes, same haircut, holding a drink in the same manner. And with that, we'll bring this chapter to a close. But the story will always continue. Podcast art created by Vanessa Blockland. You can find more of her art on Facebook or at vanessablockland.com. Blockland spelled Blokland. Podcast music by Daryl Dibber Reconos. You can find more of his music at dibber.mo or at soundcloud.com/dibbermusic. Dibber spelled Dibur. Website design by Patrick Dunkerley over at dunkdesigns.com. Thank you for listening to this chapter in Seasons of Skyrend. If you like what you heard, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you find us. If you want to chat, we're on Twitter at Skyrend Podcast, or you can email us at skyrendpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us online at skyrendpodcast.com.